Pip Pals, this is Pip inviting you to join me this Sunday beginning at 3 p.m. for episode 43 of Pip's Plane Spotting Live from Salt Lake City International Airport. Bring your questions, bring yourself, and bring your friends. Let's enjoy some plane spotting action live. Welcome into Pip's Plane Spotting Live. Hi, everyone, and welcome in. It is a pleasure to have you on board for the next couple of hours live from Salt Lake City International Airport. I am Pip, here for episode 47, Legitimate Aviation. Welcome in. You are number one to say hi, so thank you for that. So in the words of a great show from the 70s and 80s, thank you for being a friend, my friend. Welcome in. Glad that you could join us here. We are expecting Eurowings. It's a big deal for me, maybe because I like aviation, but a lot for Salt Lake Aviation because, you know, for as big as of a hub that Salt Lake is for Delta, we don't get that many international flights. So to have Eurowings for the second year back is a wonderful thing. So we have KLM, which arrived last night, and Eurowings, which arrives today.
25, runway.
Legitimate, good to see you, man, by the way. And happy Memorial Day weekend. Of course, Memorial Day here in the United States, we celebrate for those we've lost in battle. But we are excited to be here. I could not ask for a better day. It's not too hot, mid-70s, a nice north wind, so we've got north flow. And if you are just tuning in, welcome in, of course. This is Pip's Plane Spotting Live. And I encourage you to like and subscribe if you're new. Join the party, join the friends, and have some fun. We're really excited. Hopefully the winds will behave, and Eurowings will too. They're about, Eurowings is, let's see, give you an update here. They are scheduled to arrive at 2:55. Looks like they're going to be arriving around 2:45 today, 2:40, 2:45 today. So that's very exciting. And we're thrilled to have that. Also, if you are not aware, we had another new airline start service yesterday. Also Sun Country started service from Minneapolis to Salt Lake City, trying to compete with the hub-to-hub of Delta from Minneapolis to Salt Lake City. And what up, Chris Killen, the East Coast? How is the East Coast treating you, my friend? What's hanging? Good to see you, Chris. We're here on the west side today, anticipating the Eurowings arrival. That's part of the reason why we're on the west side. So, sorry I didn't get the mountains to you, but maybe we'll get that later. Of course, everybody give me a thumbs up that you can hear everything and see everything okay. Oh, nice. Very nice, Chris. Got the A330-900 Team USA livery. I was able to catch that once. I've only seen it once here in Salt Lake City, so I'd love to see it again. So very cool. What you can expect in the next hour, of course, we talked about was Eurowings. Also expect, of course, our Delta flights from New York to Detroit to San Diego. And if maybe we're lucky, we'll see a 757-300 arriving from Los Angeles from Delta. So that's very exciting, too. Yeah, well, that's very cool, man. Yeah, it's tough to find it. You know, it looks fantastic and it's tough to find. So that's awesome. You got it. Of course, we're looking at Concourse A, the even gates on the south side. Just scanning everything here over the next couple of days. I actually have a day off or two. Oh, look at that. Mentioned the 757, and looks like it's going to be making our way into the even gates on the south concourse. So there it is. I think this is the 300 variant that Delta has, and the 200 variant is coming from Los Angeles. Or maybe you have those crosswise. Maybe this is the 200 variant and the Los Angeles one is the 300 variant. Regardless, great to see it. Wow, if that's true, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy, Chris, considering the route is like 200 miles. They must have a lot of international traffic and people booked on certain flights, so they may be just connecting them through JFK. Okay, yeah. I figured it was, but the 200 variant is supposed to be inbound shortly. Yeah, it's a super quick flight. I mean, you'd probably have better luck. The flight time is almost as much as the taxi time, I bet. Well, that shows you travel is back, Chris. People want to travel, that's for sure. That's crazy, though. Now, a little clicking, by the way, that you hear in the background, that's my scanner working. It's scanning through different channels. So I apologize. I haven't figured out how to fix that. But I'm doing some research on it, or if anybody knows, I'll gladly take that as well. Yeah, it's kind of a dark. So when they designed the terminal here in Salt Lake City, they wanted it to blend in with the natural surroundings. And, of course, there's a lot of red rock, of course, in the southern part of Utah. And with Arches, with Canyonlands National Park, with Zion, Chris. And so they wanted it to blend in the natural surroundings. You can kind of see that with the mountains in the background. So Desert Dwight, my friend, welcome in. Good to see you, as always. Latest update, and I'm sure you probably checked it out. We still have north winds, so we should have a north flow, hopefully, cross our fingers, which will give us, if ATC routes Eurowings the right way, to us on runway 34 left. But we'll keep an eye on what happens. But yeah, they're still doing north flow. They switched up from south flow this morning. So that should bode well for our Eurowings arrival, which is approximately, let's say, 30, 35 minutes away. Yes, you did. Yeah, so hopefully ATC and the winds won't disappoint us, Desert Dwight. Yeah, so when I was looking, I was like, oh, I got some things to do. So I figured I'd come out here at 2 at the beginning of the show and start from there. And if you're new to the channel, welcome in. This is Pip's Plane Spotting live from Salt Lake City International Airport. You can see the mountains in the background. We're actually looking, the camera's pointed to the northwest. And if you're new to the channel, I encourage you to like and subscribe so you can join the party. And by subscribing, you'll know when and where I will be broadcasting from next. But our first arrival here on runway 34 left looks like an A320 from Los Angeles on Delta Flight 1194. So I'll turn the camera to the south. As you can see, if you're on yesterday's show and tuned out last evening, UP Railroad, hello, my friend. Good timing. Hopefully we are on North Flow today. So Eurowings is about 35 minutes out, so we should be in great shape. As long as the winds stay they were. Hey, ERB. Great to see you. So there's our Delta 1194 on an A320 arriving right there. Thank you, ERB. Yes, hit that like button. Appreciate the support. Yeah, it's not too busy, Desert Dwight. Right when we got on the air just a minute or two ago, we had a 757-300 taxiing in, so that was pretty cool. I am Chris. I am on the top floor of the parking garage, and the nice thing about this here in Salt Lake City, Chris, is that the airport itself is nice because the parking garage is right in the middle. So you have runways on either side of the parking garage. So right now I'm looking west. We're looking west, so I'm on the west side of the airport. But the east side, if you've tuned into the program before, shows downtown Salt Lake and the Wasatch Mountains. So yes, fifth floor of the parking garage, which is the top floor of the parking garage.
Light ground, proceed, Echo Bravo 2S.
Just kidding, got it. So yeah, if you can see, I'll tilt up a little bit. So we had some scattered showers earlier, so you can see the remnants of that into the south end of the valley there. So yeah, that camera is pointing to the south-southwest. Yeah, I have actually, Chris. Yeah, and lots of cars today for traveling ERB, and that's just out in the economy parking lot. So yeah, Chris, actually one of our intrepid younger spotters, Aiden, met 2 weeks ago, and he actually does a lot of photography up at Hill Air Force Base. So yeah. In fact, I'm surprised another one of our friends, Bowker, isn't tuning in, or he may be on vacation, because he usually comes up here on Saturdays. Aiden said he might be up here, but we'll see. All right, so Delta 1194 landed. Our next arrival from the west side will be Sky West 3849 from Sun Valley, Idaho, which is a outdoor recreation place like Park City in Idaho. Lots of skiing, but also a lot of outdoor activities. So we've got an Embraer E175 coming in momentarily. Well, ERB, you are a man of great technological talents. That's some great multitasking. Yeah, Chris, and I might have plans this summer to be traveling, doing a lot of traveling. We'll see how things shake out. But I'm sure at some point I'll meet a lot more people. I always thought it'd be a cool idea to get together a travel group and like go to one famous airport and us all enjoy vacation and spot for a couple days. Oh yeah, Chris, what's that, my friend? What is the great news? The 28th. Ooh, let's see. What is that? What's today? The 27th. Yeah, I'm scheduled to be right now, but I have to check every day at 5 o'clock because I'm on call right now, being in training. So things could switch up. So a strong possibility I would be off tomorrow. And if I do, I might be traveling. Thank you, ERB. Oh, legitimate. That's a great question. So I looked, obviously, cheaper fares. A great place from Salt Lake City to go to is typically Los Angeles. So Los Angeles is definitely in consideration. San Francisco, basically most of California, and you have a lot of airports too. So you've got Los Angeles, you've got LAX, you've got SFO, you've got Sacramento, San Jose, San Diego. So there's a lot of places in one state that you can travel relatively cheaply by air, which is pretty cool. I might go visit my parents back in Texas, so I may be down in Texas, and may go visit my sister in the Chicago area. Oh, Chris, that is fantastic news. Nice. That's great news. Oh, and Las Vegas. Las Vegas and Denver, legitimate. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Southwest, 737, 800 in from San Diego is arriving right now. Seven 800 from San Diego right there. Yeah, ERB, I don't know where he's gone to. I don't know if he's packing and getting ready to move to his new location. I don't know where that is exactly, but he's supposed to start ground school on the 30th, if I remember correctly, which would make sense because, yeah, 29th is a holiday, and he may start school on the 30th. So I told, ERB, I told him that I said, just remember us little people when you're big time working for an airline. So hopefully he still remembers us. We'll see.
Good way to traffic. Proceed Bravo, Echo, spot 12.
Okay. Sweet, dude. Yeah, Boise, of course, legitimate is a great choice. Do you know if they're done with that second parking garage? Because I was going to wait till that's done because it kind of inhibits your viewing from the parking garage. So I could still go to the north side of the airport and get good views, but you got to be careful. So I didn't know if that second parking garage was done. Yeah, we'll see, ERB. No plans in stone yet. So everything's kind of up for grabs based on a couple things. So to answer the question, okay, thank you so much, legitimate. That's exactly what I needed to know. Parking garage set to be done in July. Perfect. That's exactly what I needed to know. All right. Well, sounds like I should be making a trip to Boise here in the next little bit. I was also thinking, legitimate, of maybe going up to Bozeman for the summer peak travel season for Yellowstone. We'll hope. Hopefully it'll be done somewhere in July, but July, August. That's great to know, though. Thank you for that.
Chow to arrival. Climb maintain 9,000. Expect flight level 320, 10 minutes after. Maintain 230 knots. Squawk 4025.
There's our Airbus A319 for Delta. Desert Dwight, it is a toss-up between, as far as commercial airlines that fly passengers, it is a toss-up. This question's been asked before, and I think we did research, and the A330 is slightly bigger than the Dreamliner that KLM flies in. So if I remember correctly, because we've had this discussion before, so I should know this, but yes, yeah, because the A330-900 takes probably just over 300 passengers. And the Dreamliner, I think, is more like 260, 270. Oh, you're going up to Vancouver? Well, let me tell you, my friend, you are going to have tons of fun because I was there back in January, and even though it was super cold, it was awesome. Vancouver's great. So I look forward to seeing that video or live stream because it's fantastic. So yeah, I highly recommend Vancouver, and if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. And in fact, if you do have any questions about Vancouver, let me give you my email and my Instagram. Chris, yeah, I think I could decipher what ATC is telling us. Yeah, so as you know, I worked in the aviation world as a flight dispatcher for 4 years, so I got to interact with them a lot, and also got to interact with the pilots. So yeah, I do listen to ATC, actually, the live ATC app on other airports at night when I'm getting ready for bed, just to kind of relax and listen. But yeah, I would say I have a pretty good understanding of ATC. And then as far as Desert Dwight, yes, I know that's something I've been, wishing for a lot. Quite frankly, is more variety and more airlines. So yeah, I think Salt Lake is going to be a heavy base for A330s. So maybe they'll sneak in some A350s, which would be awesome, especially if they were to bring back maybe a flight to Asia, but we'll see. Chantel, oh my gosh, I have missed you so much. Yeah, I know I've been busy with work and whatnot, so great to see you, lovely lady. ERB, I like that suggestion. Charter, yes, we're going to charter a flight. That's actually not a bad idea. And get some people rolling down to Brazil. Yeah, and then we can hang at Brazil, and we can go to Dumont and all the airports. Hey, Craig. Great to see you. Welcome in. Thanks for tuning in last night. And ERB, you can be the tour guide because you know Brazil better than everybody. So that would actually be really cool. Our next arrival will be a Delta 737-900, 1221 from Minneapolis. You're cleared to Dallas Fort Worth Airport via the rugged re-departure Kira transition, direct window. And just if you're just tuning in, we are crossing our fingers. Eurowings is on descent right now. Should be on the ground in the next 30 minutes. This is the first day that Eurowings is back in Salt Lake, and it'll fly twice a week here on an A330. So Eurowings Discover is owned by Lufthansa. They're more the leisure side of things, a leisure airline. So yeah, I like it, ERB. That's an excellent suggestion, my friend. And then we can go visit Dario in Argentina, and then we can get some empanadas. Also, I'm a big fan of plantains too, ERB.
Do you want to verify it's Kira, Kilo, India, Echo, Romeo, Alpha?
So I'm doing a quick scan here for a minute, see where our Eurowings arrival is. All right, so it just crossed the border of Idaho and Utah and is on descent in. We're still on north flow, so we'll cross our fingers that it sticks with that. Well, thanks, ERB. Yeah, Chantel. Hope you can stay up at least until our Eurowings arrival gets here. This is the first day it's back. It does summer seasonal service like our KLM arrival. Our next arrival here on runway 34 left is Delta 2710 from Legitimate Aviation's home base. Is good old 737-800 from Boise.
Park 6, ground, kilogram.
Ouch, that was a hard nose landing. I'm gonna have to watch that one on replay. Maybe we can get a replay system in here. That would be a lot of fun too. So it's funny you mentioned, Chris, since I know you're out there in Boston. I guess Lufthansa's bringing back the A380 to Boston, to Los Angeles, and JFK here over in the States. So that's pretty cool. Let me adjust the volume a little bit. Oh, there we go. I was like, why is my natural audio sound not playing? That's why. The cord wasn't plugged in all the way. Sorry about that, guys. Well, good thing I caught it in time. I'm like, why is my shotgun mic not working?
Go ahead.
Sounds much better. There we go.
No delays. Correct. You are so up.
I like coming in on Saturdays too because ATC is a little more relaxed because there are not as many flights, so they have a little more personality. Swine flu? How is that possible? I thought we got rid of the swine flu, Chantel. I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that. Next up, we've got Delta 441 on an A319 from Chicago O'Hare, and Delta 1085 on an A320 from Bozeman, Montana. Bozeman, Legitimate Aviation, yeah, is one of the airports I'm thinking of going to. So that would be fun. And Bozeman, if you watch Hunter Spots. Oh, you were here earlier? Well, I put out a video around 11:30 saying I was going to be here. So sorry you didn't catch it. I know. I wasn't sure what time exactly, so I apologize. But this is great because hopefully you'll be able to watch Eurowings arrive, Hunter. So we get an A319 and A320. Like I was saying, Bozeman, if you're watching internationally or not too familiar, Bozeman, Montana, that's typically where a lot of people will fly into if they want to go see Yellowstone National Park, which is probably, one of the greatest national parks in the entire United States. So nice. So Hunter Spots, are you in the south? If you can see it turn, are you in the South Valley? Chris, don't jinx us. Oh, are you talking about the A380? Yeah, that would be that too would be quite an event. If it diverts, you could maybe go to JFK. Oh, don't jinx me like that. You'd break my heart, Chris. Okay, so you're in Draper. So if you're in Draper, you're kind of on the bench of the mountains, so you can totally see them because they turn in the South Valley for 34 left, and yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, I was monitoring and it was on descent. a few minutes ago, just crossed the state line. So it should be here in the next, let's see, we'll call it next 20 minutes. Oh, Hunter Spots also, I didn't catch it on the arrival, but it is parked here on our side, on the west side of the airport. We got a 757-300. So, and they're also, I think, doing a 757 from Los Angeles, 200 variant. So maybe we'll arrive on 34 left. It's a nice smooth landing right there. Yep. Yes, really, Hunter. Absolutely. In fact, we'll probably catch it when it blocks out and gets ready to take off. So right now we're looking into the south-southwest of Salt Lake City Airport. Planes are arriving from the south, going north, so we're on a north flow. Means winds are coming from the west, northwest right now. In fact, speaking of weather, let's get you guys some latest conditions from the METAR. Thanks to Chantel's great idea. Nice. Desert Dwight, thanks for the update. Excellent. So we will see it shortly. Yeah, so latest observation, 1945 Zulu, light winds, variable winds, 10 statute miles, few at 5,000, scattered cumulonimbus at 9,500. We've got some lightning distance to the south over by Hunter Spots. And also temperature of 23 degrees dew point. Johnny Depp's tuning into my channel. That is awesome. And if you're new to the channel, I encourage you to like and subscribe. All right. Well, we got to go around. How about that? Just turned the camera and then he started elevating. Maybe he had an inconsistency. I can't get the tower radio all the time, so... Aw, thanks, Chantel. You're the best. You're my favorite woman from South Africa. That's pretty cool. Hope everything's okay. Maybe they had, like, the last arriving aircraft didn't get off the runway in time, or something didn't shake out. So we'll see where that is. Let me look at that real quick. We're listening to Salt Lake Ground right now. That always gives me good vibes. All right, so that was SkyWest 3742, an Embraer E175 from Idaho Falls that just went around. It could be, yeah, you know, Hunter Spots could have been just a bad approach, probably was too high. Because the minute I turned around, it was whoop, turn around. So, Chris, I wouldn't say we have a ton. We do have them. And it can be for a number of factors, so. 4 times before it landed. What was the weather like, Chantel, in Madrid? See if I've got anything on the inbound. So I got a few minutes. All right. So let's pan over and show you concourse. Yes, I saw the 777. I'm trying to find it, but we've got a lot of cloud cover today. Crazy wind shear. Wow, that I would say that would be some mega crazy wind shear. It's a mega craze wind shear. I'll have to check that out. I'll have to look it on the replay and see what it was like. Thanks, Chantel. So if I don't have to work tomorrow, I'll probably be on again. I have to check since I'm on call for work, I have to call in every day at 5 and see if I'm scheduled for anything, so. That is a fact, Chris. I was laughing at your comment. It is true because Boston has crisscrossing runways, and you're absolutely right. So the flight patterns are very close together. They're not parallel and separate like here in Salt Lake or a lot of other airports. And I can't speak to the other thing about ATC, but yeah, I understand that part for sure. All right, so Eurowings just passed over Farmington Bay. It's headed southbound, and will be after our go-around, it looks like. Five due to wind shear. Desert Dwight, my understanding is that Concourse C will be done approximately 2027, I want to say. It's interesting you bring that up because we talk about like how far of a walk it is from Concourse A to B here in Salt Lake City, and anybody who's been here knows it's true. It's about a mile from the terminal to Concourse B. So yeah, if we get Concourse C, I think when that's done and built, that will come with the underground tram. So. Get some upside down people. I know, I love it. That's right. That's right, Hunter Sputz. You know it. No one. Yeah. I'm gonna keep a close eye out for Eurowings because it's coming on my side here on the west side. So I'll see if I can zoom in on it on descent. There is some cloud cover, but immediately around the airport it's sunny. But I would probably say, oh, I think I see it right there. Hold on. Let's see if I can catch it for you guys. I need a visual reference because it's just up there in the sky. Is it there? No? Wait.
1760 at Hotel 5, turn left, back taxi 16 left, exit Hotel 8, continue Hotel 4 going.
Trying to scan the skies there. Maybe it's a little bit lower? No? It's tough with the clouds.
Turn left on 34 right, and then exit Hotel 8 for Hotel.
So yeah, I'm just scanning to see if I can catch it for y'all. Yeah, sorry about that. Wait. No? Well, the good news is it's headed our way. Oh, there it is. There's Eurowings, guys, on descent. Making its way towards us. Sorry about that earlier, but sometimes you got to do a little research, and scan the skies. But yeah, there's Eurowings. So Hunter Spots, I'll count on you to tell us when it's making a turn. Oh, looks like it's making a turn right now. It's headed towards Hunter Spots' house. This is just what you call quality broadcasting here, folks. And then I'll run into the parking garage, so we'll wait till it arrives here.
Maintain 230 knots. Your departure frequency will now be 13.6.
Finally, my super zoom lens pays off. Yep. Now it's making a left turn. I'm guessing 070.
Airway 1716, thank you, read back to
And it starts to fade out there. There it is for a split second. Well, that is sad, but I'm glad that we could bring you the arrival, Hunter Spots. So the famous garage birds, yes.
Enoch, Echo Hotel Kilo.
That's exactly right. The garage birds.
Information, Romeo's now current, showing south flow, altimeter 290.
Yeah, Hunter, Desert Dwight, it is ready to land. It's making that final left turn. Probably, like a 320, probably left turn. Yep, the birds are very famous.
Spirit 1716, monitor tower, please.
And if you're new to the program, I encourage you to like and subscribe. And thanks to Johnny Depp for saying hello. Don't be shy if you're new to the program to say hi. My name's Pip. Oh, UP just out in time. Just in time, my friend. Just in time, yep. It should be on the ground in the next 5 minutes. Excellent. Yeah, if you're new to the program, welcome in. Well, I'm happy to have you. I'm Pip. Spent the last 4 years flight dispatching for 2 major airlines here in the United States, and this is kind of what I do on my spare time. But definitely want to do it full-time eventually. Hey, Roplay from Florida. What's up? You are in perfect timing to see Eurowings come back to the States, or Salt Lake City. Yep, UP, we are still on the North Flow. That appears to be the case. Still on a North Flow. And if you haven't hit that like button, I would encourage you to do that. Sure would appreciate it. Well, maybe. I don't know. I think they're switching flow. Dang it! No! The winds.
South of 6060 information, Romeo's now current.
Ah, blast. All right, so guys, current winds. Yeah, Hunter, just so close, Hunter. So close. Yeah, it looks like everybody's turning around, UP. It looks like we're going back to South Flow. Unless there's something going on that I don't know about at the airport. Darn it. So close. So, well, our next hope is it'll arrive on 16 right. Yep. All right, so now we're coming back to South Flow. Man, I know, how annoying, right, guys? They couldn't hold out for just a few more minutes. Just a few more minutes, and watch. The winds.
Just so you know, we have some obstruction arrivals on the west runway, and then your release time is at 53.
The winds are basically calm. We had a little bit of a gust from the south. It's been mostly from the west, a light wind from the west. But I don't know. What can you do? All right, Hunter Spots. We think we'll still get it arriving on 16 right. So UP Railroad, we all know the trick here. So we've got to cross our fingers and hope it's super heavy. Is Chris's fault? You know what, Chantel? That's exactly right. Chris, you brought the bad juju in. The bad vibes in, saying, what if it diverts? So you're exactly right, Chantel. So yes. Well, at least I caught it going in the clouds. That's kind of cool. So yeah, UP, let's hope that it goes heavy and stays heavy. So We'll cross our fingers for that. Yeah, it is heavy. That's right. So close. But I got to be honest, if there was a time that ATC was going to switch to South Flow, this would probably be the time. So with that in mind, well, hopefully it'll come to the, the most west runway, so we'll cross our fingers. Yeah, you're right, Desert Dwight. It has been making circles, so. All right, our next arrival will be from Dallas as I switch the camera to the North Airport as we're on South Flow. So DFW to Dallas on an A220 is our first arrival here on South Flow. Man, I had everything lined up. Chantel, we may have to suspend Chris for a day. His bad vibes. Yeah, I noticed, Desert Dwight. I think part of that, too, is when they switch flow, they will sometimes put planes in a holding pattern just to give space for all traffic so that they can realign. So a lot of times what they'll do is if they switch flow, they will hold the airplanes or put them in a holding pattern for maybe, 5-10 minutes so they can realign all the traffic. Oh, good. There's our A220 300 arriving in from Dallas. Wonder if it'll get the short taxi into Concourse A here on the south gates. It's kind of cool to see all the spoilers up. Yeah, Eurowings will go to Concourse A, Desert Dwight, but they typically, I don't believe they go to the south side. There are only certain gates that are authorized for heavy aircraft, like the A330 or the Dreamliner, and they're all on the north end of the concourse. So, of course, we have the south end here, but the north end is where we're where you see the heavies. I believe that's our Idaho Falls flight inbound. And those gates, yeah, rope play, I know. They switched flow on us, so the planes, instead of arriving from the south, are arriving from the north. So now it's inbound to us. Yep. You're exactly right, rope play. Let's see if, our Idaho Falls can do it again. Must be a new first officer or a new captain. Idaho Falls on the ground.
One to spot. Are you guys still ready for taxi?
All right, Eurowings Discover should be next. There it is. Let's hope it's heavy, UP. There's our Eurowings Discover back in Salt Lake City for a second year on an A330.
SLC flight ground 3 or taxi Echo Hotel spot 5. If ramp, I'll take in release approved. Yeah, Echo Hotel spot 5 and ramp may take you in early at spot 10.
Yep. Back in the Salt Lake City. All right, cross your fingers, UP. Not again. Ah. Dang it, UP. It's too light. Well, at least we got the approach. That's right. Well, that was today's broadcast. Good night, everybody. Oh, the ERB. Look who just showed up. ERB, look who just showed up. It was Infidel Fireman.
14 Banks, proceed Fox 2 Echo for special. Excellent for 39 Banks, 16 left, taxi via Echo Hotel.
Our celebrity now, Infidel's now a celebrity. So here's my question. Have you done any moving? You ready for ground school? There's the tail tip of Eurowings.
United 878 flight ground, Romeo's current 1.
Hey, Bubag.
Bravo, Echo Hotel.
I know, man. Amen, UP. I agree wholeheartedly. I will, when I say my prayers tonight, I definitely will be asking, what's the deal here? Cool, Infidel. That's great, Bubag. Glad that you'll be able to pick up your grandparents.
That's 4 the Fox by ground, field ramp.
Infidel Fireman, just so you know, ERB and I were saying, oh, where's the Infidel Fireman last night? So you are missed. That's glad to hear you've got some good leads. Got a full concourse here on the south side. All right, so give you a little background. I'll tell you what, we've been on the air for an hour and we've had an entertaining first hour. We've had a flow change. We've had a new airline come back. We had a go around. We had also, what else did we? Oh, 757-300 arrive. It's pretty hard not to, Bubag. So yeah, we've had a very entertaining first hour. That's right. Let's get Daria on board. I haven't seen Jamshed for a while either. Got a little break between the next arrivals. We've got an E-175 from SkyWest 3873 from Pasco, the Tri-Cities of Washington. Also, our next arrival in the next 15 minutes should see Delta 2347 on an A22300. Our ATC chatter is courtesy of Salt Lake City Ground. Yeah, I know. We haven't seen the Colonel in a while. He's probably on top secret assignment. And if you're new to the channel and you're just tuning in, I encourage you to hit that like button if you like what we're doing and what you're seeing. My name's Pip. This is Pip's Plane Spotting Live, episode 47. Yes. Yeah, Desert Dwight. We are expecting the Flying Banana Collection probably, I was looking in the 4 o'clock hour. So I think 4:20 is when the Flying Banana is arriving from Las Vegas. So that's kind of what we're looking. That's right. We're making those mosquitoes go away that were so present. Well, Infidel, you know, I'll have to like email you and be like, how was your first day of work? Your first day of school? Like your mom or something coming home from school. How was your first day of school? Yeah, that would be the good idea, Desert Dwight. I know you were talking about that last night. That's right, Infidel Fireman. Yep. Of course, if you're new to the channel, I encourage you to like and subscribe. Bring your friends along and let's party. Here we are in Salt Lake City International Airport. I'm hiding away from the sun now that the clouds are starting to clear out. All the clouds are to the south, and I've got sun right here at the airport.
Station Sierra now, Colonel, altimeter 2995.
All right, latest conditions. Let's update the latest conditions for you. Stand by. Temperature. Great question. Let's see what the current conditions are. Role play from Florida. Stand by. So temperature, I would say right now in Celsius, 20 current conditions show 23 degrees, which about 70 degrees. Let me see what we are in Fahrenheit. I would say close to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 23 degrees Celsius. All right, current conditions. Now we've got a south wind, 130 at 14 knots, 10 statute miles, few at 4,000, few clouds at 4,000. Still got towering cumulus at 9,000 and altimeter of 2993. Initial ground school, yeah, I was classroom training for, when I started at Envoy, it was about 6 weeks. 6 weeks. And then from there, we had 6 weeks of on-the-job training. When I started at Breeze, it was about 4 weeks of classroom and 4 weeks of OJT. And from there, you know, so if you if you like sitting in a classroom, you'll be in great shape. If you don't like sitting in a classroom, I encourage you to bring some snacks, because you'll be in a class for 8 hours, 9 hours a day, because the FAA will set that too. Yep, thank you, ERB. 82 degrees. Role play, are you along the coast or are you more inland? I know, ERB, we here in the United States, we're the only ones who can't seem to get along with metric. Yeah, but you're going to be doing a lot of sitting, that's for sure, Infidel Fireman, and you're going to be tired, and I bet they're probably going to get you up. So when I first started, the first week of class, they had us coming in at 8 o'clock, but then they had us come in at 6 a.m., and that was for the rest of the 6 weeks. So you'll be getting up most likely very early.
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome. All right. So inland, role play, awesome. But the nice thing about Florida is you're not too far of a drive from anywhere. So you could drive to Tampa or you can drive to MCO. Lakeland is where my brother-in-law is from. And also is a growing cargo airport too in Lakeland. Oh, nice, role play. That's great. Also, we haven't heard from Batili Vision for a while, but I heard he got his first class medical certificate from the FAA recently. He sent me a message, which is great news, so that's fantastic. And by the way, happy Memorial Day to everyone here from Salt Lake City International. Pips Pain Spotting Live, episode 47. Now, role play, one of my plans, honestly, is to get out to Florida and Tampa. Because I've been to Orlando, but have not been to Tampa's airport to spot before. Yes, the kilometer to miles per hour transition. Yep, and vice versa for me. because when I would go, because for kilometers per hour, 100 kilometers per hour, it's only like 62 miles per hour. Yep. See our next arrival. We got Orange County arriving. Our A220-300 from Santa Ana, Orange County. That's suburban Los Angeles for those who don't know. Now, Infidel Fireman, I consider you one of the almost founding members of PIP's Plane Spotting. So you have a personal and professional duty to encourage everybody at your airline to watch PIP's Plane Spotting live and subscribing. That is your duty. Yeah, Tampa would be a great one. And they also got the parking garage, kind of a similar layout as Salt Lake City Roleplay. So you've got runways on both sides, so it's good for spotting. Yeah, absolutely. Exactly, ERB, exactly. Awesome, you're the man. You're the man, Infidel. And yeah, Roleplay, Miami would be a great location. So when you fly to Miami, then you definitely want to also check out Fort Lauderdale Airport as well. So that would be something I'll do. And then you can even drive further up the coast, maybe about another 40 miles, and then hang out at West Palm Beach or at Palm Beach. So those are just some great suggestions, Roleplay. Excellent. Looks like we've got a Southwest arrival on the west side here on runway 16 right. 3636 from Long Beach. And if you're new to the channel, I encourage you to like and subscribe. And hit that like button, that thumbs up button. Chantel probably fell asleep on us, but it was good to see her. There's our 737.
3 Salt Lake, clear.
Inbound from Long Island, or not Long Island, Long Beach, California, which sits about 20 miles, 15, 20 miles south of LAX.
And information, Sierra Center. Clearance to aircraft type. My date, so you were cleared out of class Bravo airspace, BK 5500, Long Bravo airspace. Approach frequency 120, fully enter. Clock 0361. After just 2 seconds left.
Ah, Air Force One landed there. Well, you know, and it's interesting, Roleplay, you probably want to go to Daytona Beach, maybe be either for the Daytona 500, right? Because you catch a lot of private jets too. But also maybe the Pepsi 400, Pepsi 600. So yeah. Good suggestion. Good suggestion. Yeah, absolutely.
Telegram, runway 17 tax, Studio Kilo to US first.
Got a couple of regional arrivals for us. 175s. It is a Saturday, so a little slower traffic, which
So 23 heavy good.
is okay. We got to catch Eurowings. We should expect, I see the 757 hiding right in front of the bridge at gate, looks like 18, gate Alpha 18. So see if that blocks out very soon. Kissimmee, okay. Nice. Very cool. So let's talk about what's upcoming here soon. Should expect to see, looks like our Alaska arrival from San Diego is delayed by about 40 minutes. Then we've got JetBlue 6871 from New York cross country. We'll see if it arrives on this side. And then we also have Delta 1647 from Los Angeles arriving on a 757-200 in the next hour. Got a lot of departures in the 3 o'clock hour. Yeah, so our 757-300 departing from Salt Lake is headed back to Atlanta on flight 907. And that is going to Atlanta. So it's probably going to go over to 16 left, runway 16 left. But we will, maybe we'll get lucky. Sometimes we get lucky. Sometimes, as you can see, they pop our balloons. It just kind of depends how good I am with the wind gods. And today, apparently, I did something wrong because they screwed us over. But that's okay. Am I bitter? Not at all.
And you get ramp a call at Delta 3 appears occupied.
So this is Salt Lake City if you're new to the channel. We're looking west, and that is Concourse A. On the south gates, the even numbered gates go 2 through, I want to say 24, and then the other side of the concourse. If it's a Cessna Citation 750, thanks for the report, roleplay. It's probably going to land on runway 17. That's typically where most of the private jets will go. Will go runway 17. Here's a 737, just blocked out of our concourse A. It's a Delta 1379 headed to Minneapolis. So yeah, they'll probably route that to runway 16 left. And I rode the train in today, so I don't have my truck with me. But I rode for free, which is nice. So Infidel, I have a question for you. What are you most nervous about? Now we have another 737-800 departing, heading, I bet you, to Portland. We'll see. Seattle, close. Seattle, Delta 2116 on a 737-800, just driving by us. And I just want to say thanks, guys, because I know I don't have all the sexiest different airlines like Desert Dwight knows, but we do have some good scenery, and hopefully what we do is entertain, elevate, and educate. Speaking of which, we've got a lot of new people on the broadcast today. So mentioned it last night, but it's worth repeating. A lot of new airlines coming to the States, to a lot of new airports this past week. So ERB's heard this before, and UP, but a lot of you guys were not on the broadcast last night. So let's run down the new routes that were initiated for the summer travel season here across the United States and its airports. On Monday, on the May 22nd, Frontier launched routes from DFW to Montego Bay, Jamaica, also to Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina. And an airline named Avelo, which is a pretty good airline, I think, is launched a seasonal route from Burbank to FCA, which is Kalispell, which is northern Montana, which is Glacier National Park, which is probably one of the most beautiful areas in the country. So that was on Monday, and yes, role play. Paris to, from Salt Lake City to Paris, yes. Now typically role play, if we're on South Flow, they may put the A330 departing on the west side, because what happens, and I can maybe show this to you, is if we get in a departure, we got something on the okay, report, all right, thank you for role play. JetBlue arriving on 16 right. That's what I like to see. Oh, yeah, there it is. Just making an appearance. Sorry, guys, I was looking at the... So there's our JetBlue arrival on an A320. Airbus A320 from New York, JFK. Yeah, role play, 16 right is the runway that is in front of us today. Now, the cool thing about Salt Lake City, and I mentioned it before role play, and is that here on the parking garage, we're kind of, they have parallel runways. So one day I may be looking on the west side of the airport, and one day I may be looking at the east side, which is 16 left and 17. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, there's our A320. So thanks for keeping us up to date and monitoring role play. So yeah, we have parallel runways, so one side will be on the west side and one side will be on the east side. Looks like our next departure will be an Airbus A320. So that's blocking out a Concourse A. Copy that, role play on the arrival. So that Airbus A320 that you see on the screen, 2317, going to Los Angeles. Yeah, role play, thank you. Thank you for keeping an eye on things. Because sometimes I'm balancing so many different things at once, it's hard to keep track. So yeah, Velo launched flights from Burbank to Kalispell on Monday. So going back to that, on Tuesday, yes, Richard, hello, welcome in. Welcome in, thank you for joining the party. This is Pips Plane Spotting Live. I encourage you to like and subscribe in the airport. This is actually my home base where I live, Salt Lake City. Yeah, thank you, Roplay. But yeah, we're here in Salt Lake City International Airport, and we're looking at Concourse A, and the runway that we're plane spotting from will be runway 16 right. So thank you. Welcome in. So Tuesday, Air Premia from Korea launched nonstop service from Seoul, Korea to Newark on the 787 Dreamliner. On Thursday, United launched routes from Chicago and San Francisco. So Chicago to Barcelona, San Francisco to Rome. Delta launched flights, United also launched flights from Dulles, Washington Dulles to Berlin, Germany. And Delta launched flights from JFK to Berlin and Atlanta to Edinburgh, Scotland. Meanwhile, Breeze Airways on Thursday started 2 new routes from Jacksonville to Pittsburgh, Charleston to White Plains, and Roleplay down there in Florida, Norse Atlantic Airways started service from Orlando to London Gatwick, and then the very next day they started service on the Dreamliner from Fort Lauderdale to London Gatwick. So on Friday, yesterday, we here in Salt Lake City, we got Sun Country, but I was at work so I couldn't catch it. So yeah, Sun Country launched flights from Minneapolis to Omaha, Nebraska, and then Minneapolis to Salt Lake City, and Delta launched flights to Tel Aviv from Atlanta nonstop. So Tel Aviv in Israel, of course. And today, Delta launched flights from Boston to Myrtle Beach. So yeah, that is a lot of new locations. I'd like to inform as well. I used to be a news broadcaster, Roleplay, and I also love aviation. So there's a little bit of everything. You'll see all my prior careers kind of in this broadcast. So yeah.
Are you ready to copy? 2055 to Las Vegas Airport.
Plus, it's a little bit quieter here in the 3 o'clock hour, you know, because in a hub airport, as we've mentioned, every other hour seems to be an busy hour because you have people coming in, and then the next hour you have people going out. So right now, 3 o'clock, it's a little bit slower. We'll see most of the arrivals come on, if we're on Southflow, by the way, which we're currently on, we'll see most of the arrivals come on 16 right, but then we'll see most of the departures on 16 left. Most of the time. So I'm scanning here, and what I may do is keep an eye out for Delta 2317 going to Los Angeles, because what they're going to do is Skating Banana. Hello, my friend. Copy that, Roleplay. Thanks, sir. I wouldn't say the banana bus is a rarity. They typically, Spirit arrives and departs a couple times a day, but they kind of rotate their gates. So this brings up a good question. And so Roleplay, thanks for the report on the Pilatus 12. But this gives us an opportunity while things are a little bit slower and the planes start to depart out of the concourse here. There are really 3 types of carriers in the United States. There's the legacy carriers, which we call Delta, United, and American. Maybe you could include Southwest in that, but it's really Delta, American, and United. Those are called legacy carriers, right? Then you have the low-cost carriers, which are Southwest, JetBlue, Alaska. So not so much legacy, but kind of a unique niche market. They're more point-to-point locations as opposed to going to hubs. So legacy carriers are hub carriers, so that's why we have a lot of Delta flights here in Salt Lake City, because it's one of their hubs. Meanwhile, then you have ultra low-cost carriers, which are cheap seats, but you pay for everything else, which are Frontier, Spirit, Breeze, Allegiant, Avelo. So those are your ultra low-cost carriers. So Skating Banana, yeah, we do have Spirit come in, but they don't what I was going to mention is that the ultra low cost carriers, they typically don't have daily service to a lot of places. They'll do it maybe 3 or 4 times a week as opposed to like daily service from the low cost or the legacy carriers. But yeah, the yellow on the blue blue sky is awesome, especially in the mountains too. That's a good observation, Skating Banana. Yeah, I don't know if I'd fly it, but we do have service from Spirit from Salt Lake to Las Vegas, so that's not too long of a flight. Not too long. Eugene, Oregon, Roleplay. You're hired, my friend. You are going to keep track of the radar for me and keep people updated. And that little clicking noise is our scanner in the background trying to scan the frequencies to pick up an ATC chatter. So that clicking is not your computer or anything or phone. That's me to scan. So apologize, but just so you're aware.
Southwest 2992 is approaching spot 14 with Sierra Taxi.
2992 flight ground, 16 left, taxi Echo Hotel.
Echo Hotel 16 left.
You're welcome. You're hired. All right, so when we're on a south flow, most of the departures like this one to Minneapolis on a 737, they will depart the runway 16 left, and then they'll immediately take a right turn across the flight path of 16 right. So when we're on south flow. And what will happen is, since we have the mountains here, there's a specific reason why they do that, because they need to get over the mountains, right? And there are some peaks that are 11, 12,000 feet. So this guy will take a right turn, and he's still turning. Now he's departing. So he'll make a turn. He'll almost make a, let's see, 270-degree turn to start from the south. So he's departing south. He'll make a right turn where he's going west. Then he'll make another right turn to go to the north. And then finally, he'll make another right turn to go to the east. But in order to do that, he's got to climb. So this procedure, this departure, allows the planes that maybe are going to the east enough time where they can get up to altitude and climb over these mountains. Because as I said, the mountains here in Salt Lake City, some are 10, 11,000 feet. But thank you very much, Roleplay. Thank you for the update. So I thought that was kind of interesting, because I know you had a question, or there was a question about departures and runways. Oh, I know. I was mentioning that most of the arrivals will come on 16 right, but most of the departures will be 16 left. So it's just a little fun fact. I see the Embraer right there, Roleplay. Let's see if I can turn around and catch it. Must have just hit the ground. Yeah, ERB, thanks. I appreciate that, man. Like I said, we're here to not only entertain, but elevate and educate. I'm kind of hopeful that The Paris departure roleplay will do the same thing and make a 270, or it might just depart straight south. So, but you can kind of see some rain clouds there. It's funny, the rain clouds have like literally been straight south of the airport, but they haven't moved to the north. They've been moving more westerly. But now with the south wind picking up, we may get some precip here at the airport. Got a pushback on a 737. Let's zoom in on the old wing walkers. It's a 737-900. Got to give it up while I have a moment. If you want to work in all conditions and stay healthy and strong, lose some weight, you might want to be a wing walker or a ramper at the airport. And Micah, our good friend, is a ramper for Alaska, but they work in all conditions. All right, our things going to plan. Our next arrival will be Delta 2869 from Reno, Nevada on a 737-900. Kyle, what's up, man? Good to see you again. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Kyle, I did want to let you know we had a 757 sighting earlier and also a Eurowings Discover sighting. So we were excited about that. I know, right? Yeah, that's a good observation. I don't know where Micah is. I haven't seen him for a little while, ERB. That's a good question. I was thinking of sending him an email. All right, thanks for the report, roleplay, because we'll see what happens. All right, so it's beginning its departure here. So I'm going to turn my camera this way. But yeah, ERB, it's like a different world because, like, as you said, okay, so we've got sunny skies here. Turn to the left. We got sunny skies, desert climate, desert, and then scanning. Now we're going off to the southwest. Green mountains, rain showers, and everything. Yeah, you're probably right, Kyle. It's a busy travel season, yep. All right. Okay, roleplay, I think it's making that right turn. There it is, all right. So there's our A330neo heading off to Paris. So it's going to do the same thing. It's going to make a right turn, head towards the west. It's going to continue to turn to the north, climb, whoops, and then it'll continue to turn to the north, and then once it's a little further north, it's going to make a turn to the east and climb over those mountains on the way to Paris. Good eye, roleplay. And there she goes, off to Paris. So good job, roleplay. Thank you, ERB. Yeah, so sunny, goes straight to the south, about no more than 10 minutes. And now we got rain showers. So far the rain's holding off. And hi to everybody who just logged on. This is Pip's Plane Spotting Live. Encourage you to like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Welcome in.
0 Pop Echo, solid ground affirmative. Just use caution and kilo and use the ramp.
All right, we've got Delta 2869 up next to runway 16 right, and then behind them looks like it's a little early to tell depending on the turn based on flight radar, but I think we'll get JetBlue 247 on an A220-300 from Boston, so which is one of my favorite planes.
Super 10 with it.
If you're new to the channel, I encourage you to like and subscribe. Well, thank you so much for thinking about that row play. That's very kind of you. Maybe you can share it with some of your friends and they can donate, or they can just tune in. Thank you very much. That's mighty kind of you. So I see our 737 in the distance. Yeah, so there we go. We've got rain showers. Go to the right, just to the south. Green Mountains. A little bit further to the west. Sunny skies. Green Mountains. And now we're looking straight west out to the Bonneville Salt Flats. Sunny skies. Yeah, and if you like the coverage, encourage you to like and subscribe. Here we are checking out Concourse A. Yeah, and ERB, the rain's getting a little bit closer. I can actually smell it. You know when you can smell rain? I can smell the rain. I believe John Fogerty and Creedence Clearwater Revival wrote a song about the rain. Smelling the rain, yes. Yeah, Roleplay, one of my favorite planes, the A220. Here's our JetBlue arrival, I believe. Maybe it'll be heavy and slide on in here. Arriving in from Boston on an A220.
Right now, one's approaching the end of the runway, but no others.
Yep, we sure do. Going to Amsterdam, and then we've got an arrival from London later this evening, Roleplay. Thank you for the update. Looks like our next arrival into Salt Lake City is Delta 816 on an A321. You think it'll do the same turn? Well, we will find out. I want to see if I can get this Airbus here real quick. I will monitor.
Again, please. The 2998 public ground, runway 16 left, taxi via Bravo, but hold short at the entrance of 2 West. WT47 public ground, taxiing the 2 West, traffic, coming out of 1 West, will give way to you.
Welcome in, everybody. We're here in Salt Lake City. This is Pip's Plane Spotting Live. If you're new to the channel, Salt Lake is our home base, my home base. Encourage you to like and subscribe. Copy that, Roleplay. Thank you very much. So we scan over the Concourse A here.
Colors 2998, continue now after JetBlue, the 1X team will give way to you.
Go. I heard a little thunder and lightning, ERB. Uh-oh. So yeah, well, let's take a look to the... Hey, Steven. Good to see you, my friend. Sorry I kept you up last night. We were excited today. We got our Eurowings arrival from Frankfurt.
2998, continue via Echo Hotel to runway 16 left.
We even saw Chantel too, Steven. Alrighty, Roleplay. You're on it. A321 inbound from Atlanta. Good night, everybody who just logged on. Encourage you to like and subscribe. Welcome in. This is Pip's Plane Spotting Live, episode 47. Oh, yeah. Very interesting, Andy. What's happening? Yeah, dude. That's good timing there. Yeah, I just heard some thunder. So, all right, so we're looking out to the northwest right now. I'm just going to scan a little bit to the west. So we're more straight west, sunny skies. But just south of the airport, looks like there's a storm building. So you can see that giant... You can't see past that giant cloud of gray, which is the rain. So we'll see how they're going to route, if this is going to present an issue to the airplanes, or if they're going to make a straight right turn. We'll see. We'll see what happens. This is interesting. This is why ATC, this is when flight dispatchers and ATC, this is where they make their money. This is how. Copy that. Clive, my friend, good to see you as well. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Yeah, roleplay. I think I missed the Atlanta arrival because I was checking out the thundercloud just to the south of us here. Greeley, Colorado. Andy, I saw you mention that. Give it up for University of Northern Colorado from Greeley. Clive, it's great to see you. We had a great first hour. We caught Eurowings on its first day back to Salt Lake City on an A330. We also caught a 757, and we might catch another one from Delta. Kind of intrigued. Look at that. Look at that dust cloud blowing across, guys. That's some serious outflow from the storm just to the south of us. That's pretty interesting. You guys see that? Just see that dust blowing across? Some serious outflow from this storm. It's just to the south of the airport. I don't have my iPad with me today or the deluxe setup, but yeah, I would take a look at the radar. And Andy, stay safe there. But yeah, look at that. So as we go further southwest, the big tower is, I believe, an old power plant, coal power plant, but I'll have to check on that, ERB. Fun fact, I've never actually been west of Salt Lake, like of the airport. I've been south and north, but never been out to Tooele. The exact opposite of Hawaii? Yes, that's correct. You guys can probably hear that thunder in the background. So we have another departure there to the north. All right, our 757 just pushed back over here. It was all quiet, and then they turned on the engines, and that was when I turned to the right, because I knew, oh, that's the 757, so it's hiding behind that bridge there. Copy that, roleplay. Thanks for the 737. So yeah, you can see the 757 hiding behind that bridge. Thanks, ERB. Roleplay, let's see if we can see that 737 real quick on runway 16, right? I'm looking off to it. Yeah, I see it there in the distance, so I'll keep an eye on the 757 for a quick second. I'm sure you guys love seeing a bridge, but you know, it's not every day you see a 757, so. Oh, there goes the thunder again. About to be rained on, I think. Watching these clouds. In fact, I'm just going to pan straight up real quick. You can see what's directly above me. Now to the right. So that's what's directly, this right here. This is what's directly above me. So I'm monitoring it very closely. It's weird. It's like we're turning into this subtropical climate out here in Salt Lake City. We've had thunderstorms every day. It's like Texas or subtropical. But oh, there's the 737 roleplay. Yeah, the 757 is going back to Atlanta. Thank you, roleplay. Oh, we got a red cell over West Valley SETI. That's some pretty heavy precip. We got red cell over West Valley. Okay, row play, another Embraer behind. All right. Stephen Collins. I see Long Beach, SkyWest 4038. Yep. Got it. There's our 737. Looks like we had a full load on that today. You know, it's funny you mentioned that, Stephen Collins. The new concourse, yeah. I was thinking about that. I was driving in. I was like, you had like $1 billion and you just basically built the newer equivalent of Atlanta Hartsfield. Dude, Desert White, it totally feels like that. Totally. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to complain that it's only 70 degrees. Like, I could not have asked for better weather, Desert White. But yeah, it is very weird. I will say that much. All right. Roll play, I see Delta 56 departing on the west side. Maybe they'll make a right turn. And yeah, ERB, it certainly is. I think Delta will do whatever they can to hang on to the 757 as long as they can. Same thing for United. I think they're going to hold on to the 757 as long as they can. And they're still flying a lot of the 767s just like Delta. So. You guys can probably hear the 757 engine too. Yeah, I've kind of been slacking row play. I'll get back to runway 16 right. I apologize. I kind of am obsessed with the 757 because we don't hear it every day or see it for that matter. So you can rebuke me. I'm glad you could hear it. Yeah, those are some unique engines, guys. So here's a 757-300 heading to Alaska. Copy that, roll play. I will return my focus to runway 16 right. We've got Delta 2024 from Ontario, California, arriving on 16 right. So Desert White, this is not a joke, but I'm gonna see how many degrees the temperature has dropped here in Salt Lake, because it feels like instead of low 70s, it feels like close to 60. So with this storm just to the south in West Valley, I would not be surprised. We'll check and see what the new METAR comes out. So looks like the storm is moving to the east here in Salt Lake City. So the airport is spared for now. Agreed, Clive. The 757 is definitely, especially the 300 variant, that's a classic. You don't see those every day. Yep. Okay. I will do my best, Desert Dwight. It seems like I will do my best. So this is in from Ontario, California. That is about 60 miles east of Los Angeles and LAX. Yeah, we'll see if we get a right turn. Copy that, Desert Dwight. Thank you, and Roleplay. We are. Okay, so I see. Yep, Amsterdam A330-900 Neo, the Neo, Delta 56. We'll see if we'll take a right turn, and we'll see if we can catch it. You know, it'd be really cool is to hear those engines come around the corner on that 757 when it departs to Atlanta. All week in the UK, huh? Very warm, huh?
Uniform now, current wind 170 at 19, that's 27 knots, emergency 99.
Like how warm? Are we talking 30 degrees Celsius, Stephen Collins? All right, so I got three things going on. We're going to keep our focus to see if we can catch Amsterdam 56 here. So we're going to stick to the south side for a moment. See if it makes that right turn. Or if it goes straight into the rain, the thunderstorm. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but I've seen weirder things than aviation. There it is. All right, so you can barely see it because it's in the clouds. I can barely see it. I don't know if you guys can see it at all. Yeah, so it's in the rain right now. Trying to monitor it. Probably like, this is horrible. Wait. Wait. I think I got it. Nope. Don't have it. Oh, there it is. All right, so there's our A330. Sorry, guys, it was covered by the rain. There's our A330 off to Amsterdam, the one of Delta's major hubs in Europe. Rain, go away. And there's the rain, and here it's completely sunny. It's an entertaining day here. I think it's been a really good broadcast and entertaining. So win-win. All right, so we got Delta 2339 on arrival on an A220. Then it's Southwest 2961 after them. So I see it there in the distance as we get a pushback here from an A220 300.
Also, you got a new clear, not sure why. If you could just go in and Wilco it, possibly a new squawk code as well.
All right, let's check the current conditions while I have a brief moment too. I'm keeping an eye on the A220 and also looking for the arrivals. All right, so we've dropped 2 degrees down to 21 Celsius. Not too bad. I thought it was cooler than that with the rain just on our edge here. There's the latest conditions from Salt Lake City as we get an A220 landing. Santa Ana role play, good old Orange County, California. Suburban Los Angeles, the OC life. I see our Southwest 737-700 arriving in the distance.
Yes, it's in the PPL seat, so just go in there and we'll call it. Okay, I'm gonna brief. I don't know if anything's changed. For sure, squawk is. Are you ready? Fort Lauderdale, we assigned 1 departure to Merck transition, direct junction, as filed, climbing to 10,000. Expect flight level 350, 1 minutes after departure, maintain 230 knots, departure frequency 128.6, squawk 6046. Blue 2320, feedback correct. However, I gave you the wrong altitude. We're doing the new thing right now. So initial altitude climb maintain 9,000. Expect flight level 350, 1 minutes after departure. Blue 2320, roger. Just reset your squawk 6046. Monitor tower. Have a nice day.
Good old 737. Now the boys and girls, well, looks like our other 757 decided to land on runway 16 left, but here she is. So perfect timing. One 757 leaves, another one arrives. How dare they? I was looking for it and I couldn't find it. Now I know why. They didn't give me it. Hurts my feelings. So good timing by Delta Ops and Delta. One 757 leaves, another one arrives. Infidel Fireman, I'm definitely going to be trying to stream tomorrow if I don't have to work. I have to call in at 5 today to see if I'm on the schedule. So it's to be determined, TBD.
I'm sorry, I thought you were a 2 Western. Continue left turn under Bravo and then Echo spot 16. Number 20, just give way to southwest. The 28, 36 your sequence is runway 16 left, taxi via Bravo Echo Hotel after the Delta Airbus 220 from your left.
So there's one A220. There's another A220. I think that's the 300 variant leaving and the 100 variant coming in.
Elko 15 Salt Lake ground, exit the runway, make sure your tail passes the line, and then hold short of Bravo, please.
So that's pretty cool. I don't think I've had a show yet where I've had both the 200 and the 300 variant of the 757. Yeah, yep, role play. Like I said, most of the arrivals will come, most, not all, but most of them when we're on a south flow typically come on 16 right. Most of the departures, 16 left. So, yeah. Yep, it's pretty nonstop. Trying to catch the 757 on departure, dang it. Sorry, guys.
Delta 2037, give way to traffic at Alpha 6. The RJ is going to go on to Echo ahead of you.
There she is. Or is that an A321? Well, yeah, I've been so busy, I'm having a hard time keeping up here. That's usually when, yeah, I usually cry for a minute and try and keep everything together. So yes, Roleplay, it is a very busy. Now, interesting, if we look at the that's interesting. They are sending, I guess to avoid the weather, they're actually sending a lot of the departures to the northwest instead of making that 270 right turn due to the weather. They're like sending them way out. See that right there? Usually they would have made a right turn a long time ago. Yep, Stephen, very busy today. It is the Memorial Day weekend. See, that's so interesting. They're sending them out to the east, and then I guess having them turn around. So I know you guys are watching either on FlightAware or Flight Radar, but just little side things you notice when you're watching broadcast, or, you know, for somebody who's been working in aviation for a few years. So just a little fun fact. Speaking of fun facts, did you guys know that both, now I only know this for American, so I can't speak to Delta, but I think there's a good shot that it's true.
Special weather observation G206 Zulu, wind 17016,
As we catch our A321 inbound from Phoenix. All right, Roleplay, have a great day. Thanks for being my my go-to guy, keeping track of the planes. Bye-bye, take care, bud. Great to see ya. Excellent job today. Yeah, we'll put out a video and let you know if we're streaming tomorrow. See you, man. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Uh-oh. I think the scanner's about to die. I have to buy some batteries tonight at the store. Oh, that A321's coming in hot. Here, I'm going to apologize, but we're going to have to turn off the scanner. Get some new batteries. But what I was going to say, interestingly enough, is I know this for American, as we see the A321 inbound from Phoenix there on the ground, is that when American had the 757 and the 767, the pilots were both type rated for both, meaning they could fly both the 757 and the 767, which is kind of a interesting fun fact as we look at this A220 in arrival. But yeah, the pilots for American could fly both the 757 and the 767. And I would assume it's the same for Delta, but I'm not going to say for sure because I don't know. But yeah, that was kind of cool. I thought that was interesting. I was like, oh, that's pretty sweet. All right, our next arrival is Delta 1532 from Houston. Then it is SkyWest 4101 from Burbank, SkyWest 4233, and Delta 2630 from San Diego. Ron Burgundy will be on that plane. Here's our Houston Intercontinental inbound. There's our Burbank arrival here on 16 right. Burbank, Hollywood, Southern California. Well, just like that. Look at that. We don't, just like that, 3 o'clock hour, pretty quiet for arrivals. 4 o'clock hour, we're back at it, filling up the concourse with all sorts of planes. There's an A320neo, 21neo, A321neo from Boston. There's an A220. There's another A220. There's a 737. We keep rocking and rolling here, folks. There's our favorite little plane, our CRJ 200 from Cedar City, Utah. Sometimes I feel like I'm hosting a beauty pageant. Got to give a fun fact about each plane, where it's from, fun fact from the city. I'll work on that. Got a little bit of everything here today. It's a fun day. Fun broadcast. Next arrival, Delta 2630, 737-800 as we turn to the right. San Diego, fun fact, it's the busiest single runway airport in America. However, I think Fort Myers in Florida is soon behind. Well, thank you, ERB. You're always a good supporter and friend. It has been an awesome day. Now the sun's right in my face, but that's okay. I won't get too upset about that. And welcome in if you're new to the channel. I encourage you to like and subscribe if you're new. We're looking at Concourse A. Well, thanks. I'd like to think I'm a nice streamer. I'd like to eventually become #1, you know what I mean? I know Salt Lake isn't the busiest in the world, but it's got some great scenery, and it's my home. So, yeah. Imagine if we could get down to Brazil and stream ERB. That would be epic. There's our 737-800 arrival from San Diego, making its way to the gate. And if you missed, I know the video says that Eurowings arrival, we were able to catch it on South Flow, but you'll probably want to rewind to about 40 minutes after I started broadcasting if you wanted to check out Eurowings that got back. Let's do it, ERB. I'm all in, man. I am all in. Let's do it. That's right, GRU from Palo. That's right. That in Rio. And then we can go southwest to Santiago. And then go visit Dario in Buenos Aires. It would be fantástico. Es muy bueno. They sure do, Stephen Collins. You know what? You're exactly right. That's why we are, maybe Desert Dwight and I and UP, who are all local here, and we should all start a coalition, a Bring More Airline coalition. Yeah, Delta does have the monopoly, and they do. In fact, they're building in the new B concourse. There is another, or maybe it's the other part of the A concourse. They're building another Delta Sky Club. So here at Salt Lake, they'll have 2 Sky Clubs. Count them. I think so, Delta does about 80% of the traffic here in Salt Lake City. All right, we've got Frontier 2846 arriving from Denver on an old Airbus A320. Then in front of them is SkyWest 5334, a United Express from Denver. You know, and Stephen, one of the interesting things too, while I have a quick minute, is if you notice, like for the legacy airlines, American, Delta, and United, a lot of their flights into Salt Lake are done by regional airlines. So they're smaller jets. So yeah, Delta definitely has almost a monopoly here. You know, Salt Lake City, I think, gave a lot to Delta in exchange for funding the terminal, helping fund the terminal. So yeah, and it would be no different, to be honest, if you were in Atlanta or what's a super hub? You know, Chicago has a lot of United Airlines. So it's an interesting dynamic. That's right, ERB. Frontier with the nice animals on the tails. You got it. Also, American has like basically a super hub in Charlotte, North Carolina, Stephen. They hold the majority of the traffic in Charlotte. Like more so than here in Delta. I would say they probably hold 85%. Well over 80%. Oh yeah, so Clive, great question. I will answer that for you in just a minute. I'm going to catch this United Express and then the Frontier, and then I will answer the Eurowings question for you. Always a big fan of the new livery for United, which, you know, funny enough, I don't know how long American is going to hold on to their livery, because it's almost 8-9 years old, so I think they're about time for a refresh, and so is Delta. So I'm interested to see if Delta does anything different, or they just keep it since they're kind of leading the way here in the United States. So our Frontier old school Airbus. You don't see those every day. They've really invested in their new fleet. A lot of A320 Neos basically comprises the majority of their fleet. I still haven't caught their new A321, so I'm going to try and catch that and see that. They opened up a new base, by the way, Frontier did, in Dallas. Going head-to-head with Spirit and also American. I believe it is the Cardinal livery here, ERB. It looks like a Cardinal, but we'll see if they make our way over here. All right, to Clive's question, good choices for liveries, ERB. I agree. KLM is always classy. So Clive, I'm doing a little research. I know it looks like the same bird, but it says Cardinal, and yesterday we had the Tanger bird, or Tanager. Clive, I'm looking up Eurowings. The schedule, I know they will do twice a week, if I read correctly, on Saturday, of course, which is today. And then I believe the other day that they do the nonstop is on Tuesdays. So twice a week, Saturday and Tuesday. Or it's Saturday and Wednesday. Is how I understand it. So I hope that gives you a little better background and information. Yeah, the new Lufthansa livery is super sharp. Absolutely. Nailed that on the... Absolutely, ERB. My battery's getting low, so I'm just doing a calculation here, by the way. How much longer I can broadcast for, so, because we've had a great day today. There's Alaska coming in. I was also looking for the magic banana, the yellow banana, the banana bus, too. See where it is? It's inbound from Orlando on Spirit Flight 1790. Okay, it's about a half hour out. Yeah, I don't know if I gotta, unfortunately, get a half hour battery life left. Well, here's what we're going to do, folks. I'm going to call it a broadcast. What a freaking awesome broadcast today. If you're tuning in, and if you're new to the channel, I encourage you to like and subscribe. This is Pip's Plane Spotting Live, episode 47. We caught the Eurowings. We caught 2 757s. We caught some rain, a dust storm, a go-around, JetBlue A220, which is my personal favorite. So it was a great broadcast. So, yeah, that's a good point. Oh, God, that's a good point, Clive, with the Condor, the new livery. I agree, Clive. The closest that we get is Las Vegas, so it's in the works to head down to Las Vegas as well. For sure. Excellent suggestion, but I will get down to Las Vegas. I should probably do it sooner than later because of how hot it's going to get in the summertime. So right now it's just in the 90s in Las Vegas. Thunder, yep, we got thunder. We had it all today, ERB. So we're going to wrap up the broadcast for today. It is the bottom of the hour, 4:30. A fantastic broadcast. Thanks to everybody who tuned in, especially those here in the United States with the Memorial Day weekend going on. It's awesome having all of you. ERB, you're the best. So thanks to everybody who could tune in today. Clive, ERB. Also want to thank Steven from across the ocean. Roleplay from Florida. Desert Dwight. UP Railroad. Andy Taylor. Infidel Fireman. Let's see who else we got here. Kyle Lee from Canada. Skating Banana, great to see him. Richard Spreckley, our new friend. Richard. Also, Johnny Depp was able to make a visit today. It just says Johnny Depp, that's the best bag. Infidel Fireman's got that new job on Tuesday, so good luck to him. Hunter Spots, Chantel we saw. So we saw people from all over the world. Chris Killian. Yeah, it was a great broadcast today. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. Craig Smith from the Virgin Islands and Legitimate Aviation. All of you guys, it's awesome having you on board today. So thank you for everyone who tuned in today. So we will talk to you soon. I'll let you know tomorrow if we'll be doing a stream and keep you up to date. But for now, stay safe this Saturday. Have a great evening. Have a great afternoon. And we look forward to seeing you all soon. Remember, we try and do 3 things here on Pip's Plane Spotting Live. We educate, elevate, and entertain. So for now, episode 47 is in the books. It is I, Pip, saying bye, and we'll talk to you again soon. Take care, everyone.